This is Hkhs'S Sport, bringing you that heat and that fart. We keeping the foot on the what? On the Knicks. We keeping the foot on the what? On the Knicks. And like the Tibetan mastiff that I am, I'm applying what? Unlimited pressure. Because pressure does what? Eat versus pipes. Let's talk about it, man. Hkhs'S Sport was going back and forth with a guy that I can say I've known this cat for about 20 years. I call him E-Dub, Doug. He's the one that, invented the word ilky bodies. We sit here and we talk a lot of shit, though. Me and this dude, we used to lash motherfuckers up on the basketball court, though. This dude right here, man. We was talking, again, the all-time starting five. We was talking about that shit last night. His starting five, all-time, is Magic Johnson at the 1, Michael Jordan at the 2, Magic at the fucking 3. He got Kevin Garnett at the 4, and he got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at the 5. You guys know my starting five: Kobe Bean Bryant, Michael Jeffrey Jordan, Kevin fucking Durant. It used to be Scottie Pippen, but damn, Kevin Durant, though. Hey man, if y'all ain't on KD35, man, I can't fucking help y'all. So, Kevin Durant, Tim Duncan, and Olajuwon. I told him my team is complete, and the reason why my team is the most complete starting five ever, and it could be anybody's starting five, is you guys have to understand 3 prerequisites when you think of basketball, right? His starting five, everybody can shoot fucking free throws, but Kevin Garnett is the weak link, because Kevin Garnett has moments where he just don't know how to clank that shit. My starting five, because this is inches and distance, everybody's hitting those fucking free throws. Tim Duncan, and this is the thing with Tim Duncan and Hakeem Olajuwon, they don't get enough credit for this shit. These motherfuckers were always in the high 70s, low 80s. These guys shot the free throw shot better than a fucking LeBron James. We said again, they shot the free throw shot better than LeBron James. This is why I tell you guys, LeBron James is the most overrated basketball player the NBA has ever seen. How you gonna let Tim Duncan, how you gonna let Hakeem Olajuwon, these are power forwards and centers, how you gonna let them shoot free throws better than you? In basketball, and I'm gonna teach you guys something. This basketball 303 lane or higher, but I'm gonna simplify it to basketball 101 lane. In basketball, here's the order of operations on free throw shooting. Your best free throw shooter you would think is a shooting guard. Contrary to opinion, the best free throw shooters are usually the point guards. Anybody that knows basketball knows this fucking shit. This is why you got fucking, John Stockton, guys like that. You got, what's his name? Mark. I forgot his last fucking name, dog. It's been a minute, man. I haven't been in my basketball encyclopedia for a minute. But his last name's trying to come to me. You got fucking Steve Nash. The list goes on, dog, and on. You know what I'm saying? About guys that can shoot the fucking free throw at the point guard position. Stephen Curry. Point guards typically are your best free throw shooters. This is common knowledge in fucking basketball. And then your second best free throw shooters are shooting guards. We see this with Michael Jordan. We see this with Kobe Bryant. We see this with Dwayne Wade. These guys give you mid 80s, high 80s. Joe fucking Dumars. The list goes on and on with shooting guards. And then the third person who's supposed to shoot free throws the best, this is why LeBron gets no fucking excuse, is your small forward. LeBron shoots in the errant high 60s, low 70s. Free throw shooting is so critical for fucking basketball. Let me tell you guys the 3 most critical things, and this is how you could tell when somebody really knows the game of fucking basketball. The 3 most critical things to do in basketball, because these are the things that get you the win. The first one is free throw fucking shooting. You got to be able to shoot your free throws. You got to be able to defend, dog. And you got to be able to rebound. Because rebound creates extra positions or extra possessions for you to be able to get the opportunity to play again. Whether if it's offensive rebound, you're creating another possession for you so that you can score. Whether if it's defensive rebounds, You're creating transitional basketball so that you can get easy fucking baskets. These are the three most pivotal and critical things you need in basketball. And of course to defend, because every time you stop your opponent, that creates possessions for you. If you don't do these three things, man, these three prerequisites, it's like basketball is a waste of fucking time. A lot of people just want to come on a basketball court, they want to showboat, they want to score, they want to show you their offensive abilities. This is why the Damian Lillards of the world, pure fucking beta supremes, CJ McCollum's pure fucking beta supremes, James Harden, pure fucking beta supreme, that finally bend the proverbial fucking knee, kissed the ring while he was at it, listened to Enos' sport, and got up under Mr. KD35, Mr. KD35, Mr. Do Me and I Chill, the 50-40-90 walking gazelle, the natural order of basketball restore, or the guy that came back to restore the natural order of basketball. This is why he had to fall his ass up under them. Guys like this, Luka Doncic, guys like this, Stephen Curry, pedestrians on the defensive end. Guys like this, they don't win. And when they win, they don't get the ultimate prize. And they're not ultimate players. Because ultimate basketball players, the standard of it was to be two-way. So I said all of this to contextualize it in this. When you think of Kobe Bryant, he's a two-way player. When you think of Michael Jordan, he's a two-way player. When you think of Kevin Durant, he's a two-way player. When you think of Tim Duncan, he's a two-way player. When you think of Hakeem Olajuwon, he's a two-way player. That's why my team is unbeatable. Because everybody plays on both sides of the equation. Everybody is a fucking Geppetto. Everybody can defend their fucking rabbit ass off, and everybody can offend like nobody's business. Because what people gotta understand, and Dennis Rodman said it best, offense gets the glory, but defense wins championships. So when you think of basketball, you have to think in its most cold-hearted. You have to think in its most unadulterated, and you have to think in its most cutthroat, true-teller fashion. Basketball is as simple as this. You gotta be able to defend, but you ought to also be able to score the basketball. These guys that I pick in my starting five, they do this at the highest levels. Tim Duncan is the greatest power forward the NBA's ever seen. Hakeem Olajuwon doesn't get enough credit. He's so underrated. This guy right here is the greatest center to put the ball on the floor. I mean, this guy will ram-a-lang your fucking rabbit ass. He will lash you the fuck up. He will lace your ass up, dog. And that's a term that I got from Ernie, lace your ass up. But he will lash your rabbit ass the fuck up. Then you got Kevin Durant, lash you up, lace you up, dog. You got Kobe and Jordan, lash you up, lace you up, dog. Woo! These guys will do your fucking rabbit ass up, man. This starting five right here, it's mind-boggling what they can do on a basketball court. Because here's the ultimate caveat on why this starting five is unbeatable. They all are ultimate closers. Tim Duncan doesn't get enough credit for his ultimate closing weights. We know about Hakeem Olajuwon's feats as a closer. We know about Kobe Bryant's feat as a closer. We know about Michael Jordan's feat as a closer. We know about Kevin Durant's feat as a closer. But Tim Duncan is so highly underrated. Tim Duncan has hit so many clutch shots, and we're talking about clutch bank shots, man. This is why my team is unbeatable, because everybody can close it out. And here's what the caveat that I told him, and this is why I was able to checkmate his ass. I told him Kevin Garnett can't close games out, dog, like fucking Tim Duncan. And last time I checked, Tim Duncan owned fucking Kevin Garnett. And when I told him that shit, men lie, women lie, numbers don't, Jay-Z, dog. Let me say it again. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't, Jay-Z. So he had no choice but to bend the proverbial fucking knee to what I said. And then he was trying to tell me, man, this is why I picked. Matter of fact, he didn't pick Kevin Garnett as his four. He picked Kevin McHale. My bad, substitution. His starting five was Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, and fucking Hakeem Olajuwon. That was his starting five. See, I have to make the substitution from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to Hakeem Olajuwon. He picked Olajuwon too. But his whole caveat behind it was Kevin McHale was the original guy that had all of the moves that everybody took from. He's right. Tim Duncan took from Kevin McHale. Fucking Kevin Garnett took from Kevin McHale. But just because you take from somebody, that don't mean you can't get better than them. Tim Duncan's the greatest power forward. This man, all he knows how to do is win fucking basketball games. So to me, When we look at what Tim Duncan brings to the table and what Kevin McHale brings to the table, Tim Duncan gets the nod. But he was like, but Kevin McHale would just snuff up Tim Duncan, dog. He will roughhouse him. But see, here's the thing. Tim Duncan learned basketball in the last of the Mohicans. He was part of that Kobe era. That Kobe, T-Mac, Paul Pierce, this was my argument. That's why he knows the sport is undefeated in debates, though. I told him, I said, look, man, that last of the Mohicans, Allen Iverson, those guys, they hand checked. Hand check went away in 2003. This is why the game of basketball is bullshit the way it is right now. If there was hand checking going on, all of this shit that you see guys like Stephen Curry, Damian Lillard, these motherfuckers would be locked the fuck up, man. If you know basketball, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. They did away with hand checking so that the game can evolve and become a scoring type of game. Basketball was never fucking like that. To score, it was like tooth and fucking nail, and you had to have hellified skills to fucking score. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. That's another topic in of itself, because I could talk about that for eons. What I was talking to him about, and he was talking to me about, and we was going back and forth, and you know, he felt like he was ramalanging, but I ultimately ramalanged him, was this. Listen, man, Tim Duncan got roughhoused by David Robinson. He got roughhoused by all of these guys, man. They showed him how to fucking play basketball. Mario Elie, they showed him how to fucking play basketball. They showed his rabbit ass. They birthed him into the old school way of doing things. And Tim Duncan went through the test and fire, and he's proved himself to be tried and fucking true. This is why Tim Duncan is the guy that he is. Bruce Bones, all these motherfuckers, they was taking it to fucking Tim Duncan's ass. But Tim Duncan is proving himself tried and fucking true, through and through, that he can handle that fucking fire. If anything, Tim Duncan has a quiet, clutch thing about his ass. Then we sit here and look at Kobe Bryant. And this was the caveat. He was like, Kobe over Magic? Yes, dog. Because Kobe could lock Magic's ass up. Because what people don't understand is Kobe Bryant played both the role of Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen on the Los Angeles Lakers. People don't understand the level of pressure and weight that Kobe Bryant had as a gravity, dog. I had to break that shit down. When I said that shit to him, I mean, he immediately caught it, because at this level, you talking about two guys at their ultimate dean of fucking basketball. This is probably the only other motherfucker, and there's another motherfucker, he know the fuck I'm talking about, that when I talk to them about basketball, Richie Rich, you can say he's there too. So, you know, and Big Dave. So about 5 of us. When we talk basketball, this is the ultimate fucking dean, dog. You don't get no more deanish than us fucking talking basketball. I mean, there ain't nobody on the planet that can talk basketball like us. And I told his ass, I said, man, you got to understand what. When I said that shit, he was like, hey, dog, I ain't gonna front. Kobe did have that task. And I said, you remember, Scottie Pippen locked up Magic Johnson, dog. Locked his ass up. Kobe Bryant was basically a Scottie Pippen and a fucking Michael Jordan. Kobe will lock Magic's ass up, dog. And when I told him that shit, he was like, you ain't fucking lying. Kobe used to guard some of the highest degree of difficulty perimeters. People don't understand how ridiculous Allen Iverson was, dog. I need y'all to go do y'all research, man. Get the NBA encyclopedia out. Allen Iverson was burning up the Los Angeles Lakers. He had 16 points, 7 for fucking 14 in the first half. Kobe Bryant locked Allen Iverson up for 2 quarters. Do you guys understand how hard that fucking is? Allen fucking Iverson. I want y'all to wrap that shit in y'all fucking brains. That week, and this shit gonna give motherfuckers goosebumps when I talk about this shit, dog. Because we talking basketball 303, and we simplifying this bitch at 101, dog. Kobe Bryant was studying Shark Week that week, man. How great white sharks dominate their fucking prey. You best believe that tutelage went in. He locked Allen Iverson. Let that marinate in the corpus callosum. Let that marinate in the cerebellum. This is the same Allen Iverson that crossed up Michael fucking Jordan, dog. Kobe Bryant locked this man up for 2 fucking quarters. Allen Iverson was 0 points and fucking 0 out of 10 for 2 fucking quarters. He ended up shooting 7 out of 24, dog. I mean, this is ridiculous. And 16 points. This is the hellified defense that Kobe Bryant brings to the table. This is why my starting 5 is lethal. And then he tried to come with Larry Bird, dog. I don't know about Larry Bird and Kevin Durant, but I either murked him on that shit. I said, listen, man. Kevin Durant can do everything Larry Bird can do, but Kevin Durant is 7 feet. Kevin Durant is athletic as fuck. There's nothing that Kevin Durant don't do where Kevin Durant is weak. But he was like, but Kevin Durant, man, I don't know. Kevin Durant ain't been trying. I said, listen, motherfucker. Did you forget that series against the Memphis Grizzlies? Tony Allen, a guy who Kobe Bryant said is the hardest defender he's ever went up against. If you guys want to know my true metal, I'm bringing out encyclopedia shit. This is why my shit is irrefutable. If you guys want to know when I knew Kevin Durant was that dude, Kevin Durant was able, under the Magnolia, under the Stormbreaker of fucking Tony Allen's defense, find a way to figure out his offense, and then he eventually turned it around. He lashed fucking Tony Allen the fuck up, dog. That's when I knew Kevin Durant, that was a guy that I invested my stock in very well. Because you guys know me. I'm not a regular cat, nor do I think regular, nor do I reside in regular realms, dog. So when I invest in somebody, there's something there that tells me. That day, I screamed my fucking ass off like nobody's business. I said, that's right, motherfuckers. That's why I picked Kevin Durant. Because he lashed up. I mean, he fucking did Tony's Allen ass the fuck up. I'm animated right now. Because Kevin Durant proved to me at that point his offense was legit. You guys don't understand the level of defense that Tony Allen has, man, or had. Tony Allen learned under the feet, the schoolmaster of James fucking Posey. James Posey was a guy in a calendar year that locked up. I'm bringing out the encyclopedia again. I told y'all, Hkhs'S Sport is the greatest at every fucking thing, dog, when it comes to basketball. Can't nobody fucking see me when it comes to this shit. And anything I open up, I'm number one at that bitch. He locked up Dwayne Wade. He locked up LeBron James, and then he turned around and locked up Kobe in a calendar year. This is who Tony Allen learned his defense from, dog. Don't take my word for it. In so much so that James Posey became a defensive coach specialist. This is what he is nowadays for teams. That's why Tony Allen was so lethal, because he learned from James fucking Posey. You guys don't understand. Kevin Durant lashed that dude up. That's when I said that shit, dog, E-Dub Ernie was like, dog, hey man, I digress. He said, I digress. I said, there you go. So now you understand why my starting five is unbeatable. Because I done broke that shit down to you guys. Olajuwon is the most unstoppable guy at the center position. When this guy puts the ball on the floor, who's stopping this motherfucker, dog? Foot fucking fadeaways, pump fakes, up and unders. This guy does what Jordan and Kobe do at the guard position as a fucking center, man. That's why these centers don't understand this guy. They don't even want to deal with his ass. But you know where he gets it from? It's from the phonetics of soccer. He basically took soccer playing and he incorporated a basketball. Kobe Bryant is such a student of the game that he saw how Olajuwon did that shit. Kobe said, oh, I gotta add that to the 2-yard-2 shit. That's why Kobe became such a fanatic from soccer. It's because he studied the game and he realized, damn, if you're so good at soccer movement, that's why Steve Nash was so fucking good, man, at razzling and dazzling motherfuckers. If you're so good with your foot, that's footwork that you can apply on the basketball court. And you can lash motherfuckers the fuck up for that shit. That's why Olajuwon was unguardable, man. He made David Robinson have PTSD. He made Patrick Ewing have PTSD. These motherfuckers bend the proverbial fucking knee to this guy. They said, I can't fucking touch this guy. He made Shaquille O'Neal went and go cry to his fucking mama, man. This is my starting five. See, I had to say this in such a cutthroat, cold-hearted, unadulterated fashion so you guys get the fucking message of what we're dealing with here, man. Because when it's all said and done, y'all, this is what we're talking about from a basketball standpoint. This is what Hkhs'S Sport is talking about when we say ultimate starting five. And E-Dub did something this motherfucker never does, dog. He said, nah, because the way you broke that shit down, the way you explain it, I ain't gonna lie. That starting five right there, can't nobody see them, dog. Because Kobe and Jordan is the greatest backcourt, man. They scoring on everybody and they locking everything the fuck up. And my 3, 4, and 5, they're making sure that you ain't coming in there with that bullshit. They locking everything up and they scoring on your ass. Basically, what I did is I made an impregnable starting five because I thought about every scenario. But this starting five is relentless. This starting five brings unlimited pressure on your ass from both an offensive and a defensive standpoint. And this starting five cannot be seen on the basketball court. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat teller fashion. I keeps the foot on the Knicks. In this instance, He Knows the Sport kept the foot on E-Dub's neck. This is He Knows the Sport. Check it out.
Everyone smoke is free, but you can't smoke for free.